Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a Tipsy Q&A. Quite a few people asked me to do this video because I never did like a get to know me type video when I first started YouTube, and I feel like it's almost like a rite of passage on YouTube to do a video like that. The reason I didn't do one was because at the time I was really awkward in front of the camera and I didn't really want to talk about myself. Like, I'm still a bit weird about talking about myself, but the fact that I'll be drinking obviously makes it so much easier. So I did ask on my Instagram maybe like 3 months ago, but you know, I've been busy. I'm not even gonna apologise. I'm not even gonna be one of them people on YouTube that apologises for not being present, because number one, I'm not big enough for anyone to care, and then number two, it annoys me. Like, it annoys me when like other YouTubers do it. So yeah, just accept I wasn't here, and now that I'm back. And yeah, I asked people on Instagram what they wanted to know about me, and I'm gonna be drinking. I'm not gonna lie, I've already started drinking, and this is obviously gonna help. It is my beautiful vodka orange. So let's get started with the questions, and I hope you enjoy this video. Oh my god, I already feel awkward and I've not even like read one of the questions. The first question that I've got here is, what's your biggest fear? Do I really want to say my biggest fear on YouTube? I don't know. My biggest fear that's irrational, and anyone who knows me knows this, is I have a phobia of slugs. Yes, slugs. And I've always had this phobia, it's always existed, and yeah, it's actually quite a traumatic experience when I do see one. I also forgot to say in the beginning of my video, the reason the surroundings look completely different is because I have moved, which is another reason why I haven't been doing YouTube. Everything's just kind of been up in the air. Ooh, quite like this one. What was the best thing that happened to you last year? So if we talk about last year, I'm thinking 2020 during the pandemic, and the best thing that happened to me was I moved to a different city. Granted, everything I wanted to happen didn't happen because obviously there was a pandemic, but despite the fact that there was a pandemic, I handled it quite well, and yeah, not everything's gone to plan, but I still feel like it was such a big step. The funny thing is, I'm someone who always thinks of the worst case scenario, and I literally thought of everything that could potentially go wrong, and a pandemic wasn't something that I prepared myself for. But here we are, and I've moved and I've moved again. It was honestly something I'm really proud of doing, and the best thing that ever happened. Everything in my life hasn't like fully like materialized since moving, but there's just something about moving somewhere, especially after you've lived in the same city for so long, that just feels good. It's almost like you can like reinvent yourself and like try new things, and yeah, I feel more like myself, if that makes sense. So yeah, probably the best thing that's happened to me. The next question is, how did you learn to do your makeup? I just kind of practiced, and to be honest, I never used to wear makeup, only on nights out, and during this lockdown especially, which is funny because I've not been anywhere, I just practice my makeup because I have more time to kind of get ready, even if I'm only going Tesco. I think trying to find like what suits you is like really important, because I think what is on trend might not suit you. For example, right now everyone's doing the fluffy eyebrows. I look like a werewolf, so I'm not gonna do it. I feel like sometimes people like force a trend on themselves almost, like I need this to look good on me, and it's like, if it doesn't suit you, it doesn't suit you. And it is just a lot of trial and error. Watch YouTube videos, like I've watched a few. Watch YouTube videos of people that look like you is like a big one. I tend to watch videos of people with a skin I tend to watch videos of people with a similar skin tone, not necessarily Asian or Indian, but just like a darker brown. So I got a few questions on what's your career plan, aims this year, what are your 2021 goals? I did ask these questions in January, so I'm guessing that's why I got that question. Honestly, there are a lot of things I want to do, but I don't want to say too much because I feel like sometimes when you speak on something too soon, things don't happen. I am working on something which I've always wanted to do since I was like 16 years old, which is basically starting my own business. It's something that is taking a lot of time and effort, but it's definitely something that I've always wanted to do. I really don't want to speak on it, but I also do kind of want to speak on it. But yeah, definitely a dream of mine. So I've poured myself another drink, if anyone was wondering. Where was I? Oh yeah, future plans. I have other future plans. I would still like to get a 9 to 5, just because I'm in a different city to where I'm from, and it'd be nice to like make friends. I don't know, I really don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I do have a vision board, which I feel like whenever I kind of have a vision of the future, it does come true. Like, I know it's very like on trend to say manifesting and like all that type of stuff, but honestly, whenever I've really wanted something, and I mean like really wanted it, not just kind of wanted it, there's just something in my brain that's constantly thinking about it, and it does happen. So my future plans are just mainly to be successful in things that I'm passionate about, which is basically fashion, and I don't know, something else that definitely involves me kind of being in front of a camera or like the centre of attention. I didn't mean it like that, but I definitely feel like I really enjoy YouTube, and I definitely feel like this is something I could imagine myself doing. Maybe not YouTube, or maybe, can't even speak right now, not really proving my point, am I? Maybe like something else that involves being in front of a camera. I haven't really thought too much about that, but it's definitely something I enjoy. So yeah, why not? I'm gonna answer a question that's like a little bit more chilled out, because that was just a lot. What is your star sign, and if you're into astrology? I do not give a fuck about astrology, but honestly, everyone always tells me I seem like the type of person who'd be into it as well, which really annoys me, because it's like, no, I could not be more put off by it. I think right now astrology is like a bit of a trend, because it didn't used to be as big of a thing. I feel like it's just somebody making stuff up. I feel like everything's quite generic. I feel like people don't even like do personality tests, which are like based on psychology and science and whatnot, but yet they will believe horoscopes, and I feel like it's almost like, dare I say it, shifting blame. I've never really read my horoscope and thought, oh my god, that's so me. Whereas there's so much other stuff out there that you could actually read and learn about. So I don't even know what I am. I know I'm on the cusp, because I've been told I'm on the cusp. I think I'm on the cusp of Sagittarius and something else. Don't know what that means. Maybe that has something to do with me not believing in horoscopes. I don't know. So the next question is, what degree did you do at uni? I did business and enterprise management. I actually love saying that because it just rolls off the tongue. So yeah, it goes back to me always wanting to like own my own business at some point in my life. I just knew that's kind of what I wanted to do. Didn't know in what kind of area at that point, which I'm slowly trying to like figure out. You don't need to go to uni to do business, I will say that, but if I was to do anything, that's what I would have gone to do. And yeah, I enjoyed my course, and definitely probably enjoyed the experience of uni a lot more than the actual course itself, but I made the most of those years, and I would never take anything back. Uni was the best experience of my life. I wish I could do it all over again. Where's my drink? Oh, there it is. Anyways, I think I answered the last question. If not, we're on to the next. The next question is, why did you want to make a YouTube channel? Honestly, I've always wanted to do YouTube. I'm gonna say it. I've always wanted to do YouTube since I was like maybe 17, maybe 16. I was like one of those kids that just watched every single YouTuber, and I just didn't have the confidence. Like, I had all the equipment then. The camera I'm using now was the camera I brought back then. The stand also I brought back then, and I always had it, and I just didn't have the confidence. Like, I remember sitting down with everything thinking, what am I even going to talk about? And I just got really nervous. Do I wish I'd started then? Honestly, no, because I feel like I was really cringy, and as much as it'd be really cool to look at footage of me back then, I just feel like I've grown up so much, and I feel like the version of myself that I am now is kind of who I want to like show the world, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm so glad I did uni and I was like figuring myself out. I didn't know what I wanted to talk about then, whereas now I feel like I have a lot more of an idea of what I want to talk about. Not really myself, but here we are, that's what we're doing in this video. I also want to talk about more self-help type of stuff, which is something I've always been into since I was 16. Like, as much as I'll sit in front of a camera and drink, I'm also as much as I will sit in front of a camera and drink, I'm also quite a deep person, and I feel like I'm the person everyone goes to for advice. I feel like that's just something I would also like to share on my channel. So yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to do YouTube. It kind of came about in a really weird way though. There was actually 2 job opportunities before the pandemic that I was applying for. I didn't get them. I would like to think it is because I applied the week before the pandemic and obviously everything shut down. But anyways, I had to do a video CV and talk about myself and put a video together, and I used the camera that I'm using now and the stand and everything, which I already had. And yeah, it kind of just like occurred to me that I really enjoyed doing it and I wanted to start YouTube, and then the pandemic happened and yeah, I was like, why would I not do this? Like, yes, I have like this fear of like what people are gonna think, but honestly, who am I really scared of? Next question. I feel like I can't do many more questions, you know, because this body is not feeling as, what's the word? Stable. How do you motivate yourself? I motivate myself by having a plan. I plan my day, I have a vision board, which I really want to make a YouTube video on. Honestly, having a vision board is great because I feel like it kind of keeps me at peace, because I think this is what I want for the future, and it almost makes me feel like I have a lot of time to achieve it, whereas I feel like every other method of keeping yourself motivated, you end up fatigued almost. I've decided I need to drink some water because, yeah, I'm a lightweight. This was stupid. I'm probably not going to do this again. I'm not always motivated, but I'm learning to be more disciplined, if that makes sense, because you're not always going to feel motivated. You're not always going to want to jump out of bed at 9 AM. You're not always going to want to go on that run. And being disciplined is really the way forward, because that's what's going to like push you to do the things that not necessarily don't want to do, but the things you don't actually want to do. So the next question is, how do you get inspiration for outfits? Honestly, I get inspiration from a lot of different places. My friends are obviously a great source of inspiration, and yeah, mainly like Tumblr, to be quite honest. I feel like Tumblr is one of them places that's just so ahead of the game. I get inspiration mainly from social media, but also just walking down the street. If I like something that someone's wearing or how they're wearing it, I will kind of like take a mental note, and then the next time I think about it, I'll like try and recreate that look. Inspiration is literally everywhere. You just have to like know where to look. But yeah, social media is great, can't lie. What's your favourite colour palette to wear? I'm definitely a colourful person, and I think that goes with my personality. I'm not really a black, white, grayscale, is that what it's called, kind of person. I like to match colours, I like to work with different fabric, just like to really mix it up, to be honest. Like right now I'm wearing more kind of like street style type of stuff, but I know when I'm older I'm probably going to dress a lot more girly. Like, I just have this feeling like older me is just going to be like so, do you know what I mean? I know what I mean. The last question is, what is your most embarrassing moment that you'll admit on camera? Do you know what? I have this saying that if you don't feel embarrassed, it wasn't embarrassing. So I generally don't feel embarrassed by things. If I say I feel embarrassed by something, I'm just trying to be relatable, if anything. But if we're being dead honest, things do make me kind of like cringe a little bit. I'm trying to think. What else do I do that's embarrassing? I'm honestly just a walking tragedy, so yeah, it is what it is. Like, the only thing I can think of at the top of my head is when I was going through a breakup and I saw my ex in the club, and I was wearing these like shorts, and the zip on the shorts like broke, and like the shorts just wouldn't stay on me. Like, you know when like the zip kind of almost zips like quite far down? So if it's broken, it's not really on you. And you kind of don't want to go home because you want them to see you. You know how it is. And yeah, I wasn't really in a state to kind of like figure out what to do. And yeah, I was kind of embarrassed because it was just like the worst situation. You know that quote where it's like, dress like you're gonna see your ex? Well, I did look cute until my fucking shorts broke. So my friend was with me and she's just so like creative, is that the word? Like she just knows what she was doing, and she got like this bobble and she kind of like tied like the back of the shorts so it was kind of like a tail. But yeah, I thought my hair would hide it, to be fair, because my hair's quite long. But yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. Could I think of a more embarrassing story? Probably. I think I've just repressed all my embarrassing memories to the point where my brain doesn't deal with it anymore. My brain's like, you don't do embarrassing things. We're just gonna conceal that for you behind everything else that's going on in your brain. So that's all the questions I'm going to answer today, guys, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, which would obviously help me and my channel out loads. And yeah, tell me what else you want to see. Comment below, message me on Instagram, you know the deal. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye. And yeah, I don't regret anything, like how I was living. I might have to stop drinking. Wow, that's going to be embarrassing to look back on. So the next question, wait, did I even finish answering the last question? I really don't know. How to use a vision board and how use, look, oh, Nish, come on, I beg. The thing with vodka is I just don't realise it's touching me. Is it?